So let's start our losers match. Our Protoss free, and we're gonna have on the other side our Zerg Orion. So it's gonna be a PvZ. This will be the same map as the winners match. So it's going to be Katrina. So we'll see who's gonna be the first to be eliminated and who will move on to the finals match. Fighting! So our brown Zerg in the top at 12 is going to be Orion. And our Protoss at 6 o'clock is going to be free. So considering how things were in some of the other PvZs we saw, we haven't seen that many. I expect free will probably go for the usual Forge opener, which seems to have been the standard, especially after Bisu used it to win versus Savior just a couple of tournaments ago. On the other hand, now this is again a big map, so we more than likely will see a hatch first opener from Orion. Spawn-wise, they're extremely far away, so I would say this is probably... I mean, on the other, and this can be advantageous for both players, honestly. It depends on what kind of playstyle they like. I don't know, again, much about Orion. I haven't seen a lot of his games. I do know that Free was known at one point for his PvZ, but I'm not sure if this was the period, though. Or he became better known for it. Not obviously as good as Bisu, but he could play a pretty decent level. And even in one of the previous tournaments, he did grab a game off of Savior, who was known to have great ZVP, so his PvZ isn't too bad, basically. Now, I don't see anything yet, so oh, it's a gateway opener. Okay, that's great, so something a little different. I do see a drone moving out, so it's going to be a hatchery first from Orion. I don't think Free will be very happy with seeing the spawn positions here. Because between the Zealot making and making it all the way across the map, Orion will still be in a great position to defend it. On the other hand, I expect the pool to have either went down or be going down soon for Orion as well. Yep, the pool has come down, about a fifth of the way done. And the Probe will finally scout where he is. So that's not to say the Zealot won't do any damage. I think it definitely can do quite a bit of damage with some good micro, but keeping in mind just the position, like how far it has to travel, that's a long distance that the Zealot has to make just to try and do some damage. So it'll be much easier for Orion to just make a couple Zerglings, kill the first Zealot before the Zealot even gets there. The third hatchery is going up as well, and we do see the Nexus is going to be going up for free momentarily. Let's try and keeping things up. And I do expect the gas sooner than later at this point as well for our Zerg. Doesn't look like Free has taken it just yet because he just expanded, but again, for teching up purposes as well, he probably will get it sooner than later. So you can see the first Zealot just made it now, the second Zealot is still quite a distance away, and the probe goes down as well. Now the Zealot will at least pull the Zerg in one direction so the other Zealot come in and try and get a drone or a drone kill or two. But this Zealot will be sacrificed unless he can make it right behind the mineral lines. And we can see the other... oh! So this drone is actually going to go down. So it was nicely played by Free. It looks like another drone is going to go down as well. Oh no, he saves it. Okay, great. That's great play. Oh, but there's another. So two drones have already fallen down. Two drones have already died. Looks like we're gonna get potentially a third drone. No, he basically just blocks it nicely. This Zealot is going to go down. So the two Zealots are gone. That's for two drones. I mean, I still prefer... It's nice when the Zerg loses units, but again, when you lose this many units and you don't kill... Like, opponent only has 6 Zerglings. He doesn't have a ton. So he didn't really spend a ton of his money on Zerglings. He has his third up. His drone count is... 2 is still pretty hurtful in the game, but that does leave Free vulnerable as well. And looks like this Zealot will be stopped as well. He's going to block him from even going up there. Oh, that is a nice twist though. It's Fortress coming in. So this is mostly just buying time for Free to get things up and ready. So that is a second. Oh, so that's a fourth hatch basically. So potentially some aggression going on because we don't even see a layer or anything just yet. Not even the gas. Although I believe there is a gas in the back expansion for our Zerg. On the other hand, we do see the Stargate, but keep in mind Free is in the base and he knows that there's no hydrogen or any kind of crazy shenanigans going on. He doesn't even have the lair yet for even any like lurkers or anything like that. Like, the lair is just starting now, like about 5 minutes. Now he doesn't want to lose that drone because essentially there's no reason for him to lose it. Looks like, oh, Free's gonna get it. That is a fantastic win for him as well. So it looks like what Free's going to do is he's just gonna keep up the pressure as he macros up behind it. Eventually, though, you don't want to. He's going to keep losing these zealots, and it's going to become inefficient. So I feel like this might not have been worth it, honestly. So the Stargate is out. Citadel of Adun. I'm fully expecting the Arcraft to be added in after. Maybe something like a Zealot HT army, or Zealot Archon High Templar army. We do these Hydrogen out though, but. I mean, Speed Zealots with Storm backup is still pretty decent against the Hydras, but you do need to have really nice Storms as well. So we do see a probe out with the Zealots. So I do wonder if this if this is some kind of a misrally, or if the point of the probe is going to get a base somewhere else and kind of go mass cannons, which seems to be standard. Now this overall will escape with his life, so that's still a nice thing for Orion. He doesn't want to lose that. He doesn't want to lose that Overlord at this point, but it will die shortly to the Corsair. A couple more gates going up for Free. We'll also see the Archives as well, so Storm will probably be coming in as well as the Amulet. It's more than likely we'll get the Spire as well, just for some Scourge, unless he's going to defend with purely Hydras, which is not necessarily a bad idea, but the Hydra has been seen, or should have been seen, by the probe, so the probe was mostly just for scouting. So it's more likely going to be a +1 speed light timing. Maybe fold up with something with the High Templars. We'll have to wait and see what he does to do. I'm not sure if now seeing as Free knows that there's no Spire here. Okay, well there is one building, but he knows that there's no danger of mirrors just yet. I'm not sure if he's going to keep making Corsairs at this point. He might make another 1 or 2 and hold up, but it's going to be his decision. There's a bit of Hydras out, but that's not a huge amount just yet. It's nothing too scary. And we do see a couple more, another hatchery being added as well. So he's up to 5 hatch. So this might be just a 5 hatch Hydra. The DT is coming out. But there should be some detection there. So that third base should be safe. He could potentially snipe a drone or 2 at the gas though before he realizes it. But he should be okay for now. Oh, and that probe is still alive in Orion's base, which is very interesting to see. Would have thought it would have died by now. So he can definitely get a couple of kills here if he manages well. But you can see the action is there. There is an overload coming in, and speed is done as well. So I mean, the speed can definitely help, especially when the Corsair count goes up, increases, helps over escapes, but can also help lead for some like drop play later on as well. But you can see there is a +1 speed lot with HT support. Some kind of an attack coming in. The +1 isn't done just yet. It should be very soon though. That is why Free's moving out. And there is a cannon probably in East Mirror Field just in case there's some kind of mirrors coming in just to help with the defense. Oh, he's going to get the High Templar. So this is actually a great win for Orion. Basically, you don't want to lose the High Templars because even though the Zealots are strong as is, you can technically still micro pretty well with the Hydras to escape them. So those Hydras did their work and did fantastic work. Now there isn't much of an army here. All I'm seeing is a Sunken. There is the 2 Muras, so probably to snipe High Templars, especially with the fact, but there is a huge amount of Zealots coming in. That's a lot of Zealots, and Freeze expanding behind this, so this attack is serving more than one purpose. So I think he's definitely gonna break this. He'll do some damage as well, but that Corsair, and because those Muses still will only do so much damage, but that is actually more coming in. So, oh, okay. So I mean, on the one hand, he did kill. Okay. So Free will save his third. He's going to run into the main just try and do more damage, and he did get some of the drones, but it feels like this was still somewhat wasteful, only because he did throw away his whole army. And the Zerg can basically has 5 hatcheries. He can just drone up again for everything they lost. At the same time, there's a huge amount of mutas. He has only a single Corsair. So technically speaking, oh, and he's going to get another High Templar as well, so this is a bad loss for free. Oh, and looks like that third base just get denied as well. So I actually prefer at this point Orion's position a bit more, because he does have at least some kind of an army. We always see a couple of zealots for free, which can easily be dispatched, and you can see Free has to make a lot of cannons just to be ready in case. But that is a nice DT basically. That's a lot of 4 or 5 kill. That's a 6 kill. It's gonna be 7 kills, 8 kills. Okay, so you can see the DT is actually did a great work there. Now I still prefer Orion's position just a bit, just because he seems to have the map advantage. But that DT did bring Free a bit more into it. But we see triple Evo. Also keep in mind that because Free did commit so much to all of the cannons, that's 150 mils each. So he put in 3 extra cannons. He built some near the gateway as well. That's 600 minerals just wasted. Well, not wasted, but they could have easily been 6 extra zealots or a couple of other units as well. I think what's going to happen is the natural course is we'll see Hydras, or we'll see Lurkers coming in. So it'll be like a match, or it could be just a Hydra Muta with the Mutas just sniping the HTs. That's not something out of the ordinary. There is an Archon there, so he should actually need to spread. Oh, and that is a nice storm basically. Oh, and he still hasn't gotten the High Templar. He should have gotten that. Okay, so he gets the High Templar. I don't know if that was worth it, because all those Mutas are completely dead. Oh, and he's gonna lose another one. So those 6 mils per High Templar, honestly, I don't feel like it's worth it. But there is a huge amount of Lurkers coming in. And all we see from Free is a Zealot. So once these Lurkers bury, he's going to have to basically run back. Because that is a lot of units. That is a lot of Lurkers. He's going to lose everything to these Lurkers. But that is actually... Oh, so you can see what I mean. Like the Zealots are actually melting, but he still traded, considering the position he was in, he actually still traded pretty decently. He killed most of the Lurkers. There is 3 left, but there is a couple of cannons, so this base will be safe for now. So let's take a look and see just more. So that is quite a bit of cannons, couple of gateways being added in as well. Now, from concluding this perspective, it feels like what Orion should be doing is grabbing a 4th base of his own, because he's on even basis with the Protoss at this point in time, and that never bodes well for him. But he is going for a large drop into Free's main, Free's expansion. Keep in mind there is 4 cannons there, and there is likely at least a couple of units, a couple of zealots, and this will be scouted very shortly. So he is actually going to scout this drop, so he will be moving back just in time, so he will be able to defend this. The question is this might actually be a bad idea, because what's going to happen is that Orion, there's going to be a little timing now, because Orion's going to lose his whole army, and that's a beautiful Psi Storm. That's beautiful. That Lurker is dead. There's only just some of the wounded Hydras left, and the 2 Lurkers there. Now, keep in mind the buildings are affecting the pathing for Free, so he's going to lose more units than usual, and some of the drones are also targeting the Overlords rather than the Lurkers. That is another beautiful storm as well, and about 4 Hydras go down, so this will be defended. And this is going to put Orion in a bad position, because he lost that whole army, which was what, about 3-4 Lurkers, maybe a control-ish group of Hydras. But he does have another army ready. The question is this army good enough? Oh, okay, so he has that 4th base there. The question is the army currently that he has enough to break that 3rd? He's getting a lot more than likely, because that is a very well defended 3rd position from Free. So it looks like for now he's just satisfied with setting up a lurker of Confused, and he's taking his 5th behind, which I think is a great idea. Now you can see there is more Dragoons to counter the higher lurker numbers. There is another drop going in as well. Now this army is completely out of position. So if this drop goes in, and this drop will be, looks like it may potentially be scouted. But if Orion wants to drop, he should do this ASAP. Because the army is completely out of position. And you can see there is a High Templar there, there is a couple more cannons there, so you know something might be coming. Oh! I don't know what he was thinking, this is definitely a mistake here. Oh wow. That's extremely bad loss. He lost what, 4 lurkers there? Now he is going for the drop, which should work out better than last time. So he'll likely get a couple of the gateways. But it looks like there is a misclick because I can see some units running through the 3rd base or from the side. He does need to actually at least bury some of these lurkers and try to do some damage. If he can pick off oh, and he needs to borrow that lurker as well because there is no observer there. He should probably borrow that. That'll do a lot more damage than he thinks. If he gets the archive, that will be a fantastic win for him and get a couple of the gateways as well. And these are only zealots that are coming out. So lurkers versus zealots, they'll do a lot of great damage. And you can kind of see he even gets the observer. So the zealots really can't do anything yet. And he's going to snipe, or looks like he's going to snipe the pylon. There is another observer coming in as well, so this will be cleaned up, and that base is also going to be defended. So gateway loss, but Orion not more of his army, so I still prefer Free's position at this point. Now Hive is done. Expect defilers to be added in. Yeah, you can see the fireman is halfway done. So this will become more difficult for Free to hold on, so he might end up going with, sometimes they will add in more Reavers, will add in more Zealots, but other times a lot of pros will also add in more Reavers, because Reavers will still do damage under Dark Swarm. That is a fantastic Storm as well, he's going to get 3 Lurkers with that. And honestly, he can actually push this because there's only a single Lurker there. You can see even more and more hatcheries. So Crack is being researched if it's not already done. We'll find out very shortly. But yes, I fully expect that we'll see more than likely potentially Reavers coming in, or it might be just more Storm and Zealots just to try and compensate. Now there is a lot of Zergreaves coming in, but there is a lot of nice Storms from Free. He should be able to hold this for sure. Now Orion is doing a great job though of picking up the observers and denying Free from pushing out, because he doesn't know if there's a Lurker field there, and he don't want to run all units into Lurkers, especially this late in the game. A6 is going up for Orion. So 5 base Zerg versus 4 base Plotas. Free is getting more gateways up as well, but he is almost mined out in his expansion. You can see it looks like he's found almost 2,000 minerals at this point, but keep in mind, because of the way the Protoss Micro works, you get it in big chunks, so he'll be using all that up very shortly. He also will find out that we'll see that base, that 5th base, so he's not aware of it. And looks like he might be going up for a massive attack on it, and that's what we see here. But there is another drop coming into his base, into his expansion. I mean, it is mined out, so even if he loses it, it's not too bad. And there is quite a bit of cannons there. So we'll see what he's able to do. Now this drop, I feel this drop is going to actually take out this base. There is a nice Storm, but those are Cracklings that we're dealing with. But there is no Defiler here, but Cracklings will kill, you can see, buildings extremely fast. So, oh, but that is some nice pro blocks as well. So if the Cracklings actually target the expansion, this Nexus is going down for sure. But it doesn't look like he's focusing on that, and we do see the props are dying, and some of the Zealots are back base to defend. Oh, and there is another batch coming in as well. Looks like Orion is dead set on finishing off this base, and there is a heavier army. There is a higher value army. There is a Lurker. He should probably bear that. I don't see any action on the map that could be preventing him from it, so he's probably just dropped it and forget about this unit for now. So it looks like he's actually trying to focus on busting that 4th base, which is not a bad idea, but honestly, if he had Defiler, a single Swarm here would make these Zerglings invincible. There's no Storm, there's no Reavers, no Zealots. But he's going to get the in base. He's going to get the fourth base. He's killed a lot of the probes there. This is actually looking worse for Free at this point. He doesn't even have observers to kill this lurker. You can kind of see how desperate he is. And this space is down, so this is completely in Orion's favor right now. And with him taking that 6th base as well, with Hive Tech, with 1-1 ready, and Defiles will be out soon. It's likely that Free will try and go for probably a big push to try and at least kill one of the bases and re-establish one of his again, because he's only on 1 mining base right now, compared to the what, like 4 mining bases of our Zerg? Probably soon to be 5. But we'll see what he's able to do. Oh, and it looks like actually he's going to lose 2 other gateways as well, or 3 gateways now. And I do see a Defiler there, so this is getting even worse now. Looks like it's +2 armor for our Zerg, and that's a nicely saturated base. This base has a lot of Sunkens. So you should probably get that swarm up, but you can see Zerglings are extremely insane. Just the amount of damage they do, and typically Plague with Zerglings, especially on the Zealots, will basically melt to that. So essentially Orion is in a fantastic position. Free is basically just trying to go for this attack, just hoping that he can actually do enough damage and kill a base or something. You can see he does have that side base which we saw earlier on, that he was running his units around from the lurker, but it's not enough. And there you go, you can see with the Dark Swarm, those Zerglings are gonna kill everything at this base, and only Zealots, Reavers, or High Templars or Archon Splash can do enough damage to kill them. So this whole base is down. His main base is going down. He's going to be coming down to be essentially a single mining base again. And looks like he even gets the High Templar as well. So this is as good as honestly GG at this point. Looks like Free is just serving in a situation with that observers to see how far behind he is, but I fully expect that he will GG and we will get a rematch of Isle of OOV and Orion in the finals. In the finals match. Yeah, GG. So Free is eliminated. We will have a TVZ rematch, so we'll see if Orion can get revenge on Isle of OOV or if he will be eliminated and we'll have Isle of OOV advance as the second player of this group.